Academy of Circus and Performance Art is of course a part of Fontys, which means that we are a school of higher education. It's all about circus and not the traditional way of circus, of course, and that's in the name of performance art, which means that, let's say, in the new development in the direction of circus, it means that you're not the only one as a student and later on an artist to be a part of a company in a circus environment, but also that you're able to make your own performances and you develop your own, let's say, vision as an artist and how to make use of this into your profession and into your performances.
So the education here is a mixture of circus and performing arts. So we do quite a lot in our specialization, and then we also throw in theater classes, dance, a lot of group show. So for me currently, we're working on our group show project. So we're at school every day from 9 till 9. And then I guess performing. We perform 2 personal projects a year, 1 group show, and then we have a couple of open stages throughout the year to practice and explore our artistic side.
The first and second year are quite similar in the way they're structured. The first year is very preparatory because on other schools it's mostly 3 years if you study circus. Here it's 4 years. So in the first year they really make sure that everybody's on the same level to then actually start the real education. And then the first 2 years are very guided. You have a lot of classes, a lot of your day is already structured for you. And then in third and fourth year, you get a more free time.
We have a program here, it's called Free Choice, and you can do basically whatever course you want as long as it's at level of the education you're following. And then you can just fill this in with any subject you'd like to do or you'd like to add to your expertise as a circus artist.
I think for me that's a good thing because you learn how to actually use the stuff you learned in the first years and how to use this for yourself for your own training, because after the school we also have to use it.
I do aerial hoop, which I think you can see right behind me. Then we have straps, we do Chinese pole, static trapeze, dance trapeze, silks, rope, tight wire, handstands, and partner acrobatics, juggling, and then this year it's a separate discipline, or last year I think it became a separate discipline, but is Diablo.
We have a system of a small fixed team, and we have a large database from guest teachers. And those guest teachers are mostly still performers. So when you're in the first year and you get a guest teacher, that's your first connection, if you didn't already have one, with the network.
Here I have the opportunity to work with the most amazing teachers. Like I just wish for a teacher and then I get it. Which is a very fortunate situation because I've worked with some of the people who have inspired me since like 10 years or longer, and now I wished for them as a teacher and I actually got them. So I could learn so much here and it helped me really like a crazy amount.
First year it's rather a full schedule. They start at I think 8:30 in the morning with warm-up. Then at 9 they have circus, then at 11 they have acrobatics, then after lunch break they have dance and theater, and they end at 6 in the evening.
Well, some classes are very theoretical. Like for example, I remember in dramaturgy it was a lot about watching stuff and then analyzing it, or learning the theory behind it. Or for example, we have Circus in Context, which is also a class where we did a lot of art history and stuff. So this is very theoretical, but then some other theoretical classes like biomechanics or anatomy, they are theoretical classes, but they're also quite practical because you actually you use your own body for the testing itself, for learning. And I would say there's not such a strict division between them because they always, as circus people, we are very practical people. We are not the people who can sit down for like 2 hours and just listen to something. So they always try to make it interesting for us as well so we can actually do something in it.
The theory classes are not as difficult for me as the practice classes. They're really done to support the education and not to make you fail. So the level isn't that high, but that's also a personal opinion. So the anatomy class is basic anatomy. The hardest class I would say last year was rigging, but that was mainly because you had to have a certain knowledge of mathematics and physics. If you've completed high school, it's not that difficult. But the practice classes are quite advanced and can be made quite advanced, especially if you talk to the teacher and you find that you're not being pushed enough, they can really come ahead and push you.
First of all, I think it's very important that everybody make a good choice in which school they're going, because the expectations must be, first of all, that you want to achieve a good or high technical level. And next to it, you have quite some freedom in your artistic choices. I think those are the two main goals of our academy, next to the fact that it's a pleasure our students having a good community together. But I think that would be the main goal to come to ACAPA, and that's also what you find in our, let's say, audition process.
Why would I recommend Acapha? I think Acapha is a school, it needs to fit to you. If you feel good in our atmosphere, it's an amazing school for you. We have a lot of autonomous training, so I'd recommend coming here if you know how to work by yourself. And if you like the artistic freedom that is offered here, I think this is really a big asset to our school. We are completely free in the kinds of things we want to create. And other schools, they often have like a direction they kind of push. And here we can do really whatever we want.
If you are somebody who wants to work in the circus field and you want to develop yourself with a lot of different influences and want to actually find yourself as an artist, I would definitely recommend coming to Fontys, because here you get both the time and the teachers to do so.
If you want to explore your artistic style, I would recommend Acapha for this, but you have to be very focused on what you want to do. So you can explore a lot, but you have to explore. Someone's not going to tell you what to do.